So you're thinking about moving to maybe Erie, Colorado and just want to learn a little bit more about it. Well, I'm here to tell you that Erie is absolutely amazing. And these are my top 10 reasons on why you should move to Erie. All right, it's Christy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent as well as a native to Colorado. And I will say I do live in Erie. And this is just another video on why I absolutely love this little tiny town. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, again, a native of Colorado, and I never even heard of Erie until I met my husband who actually grew up here. It was a small little tiny town that no one really had any reason to move to come to, because there wasn't anything but a local gas station. But now that's completely changed, and I'm going to give you the reasons on why you absolutely need to consider Erie, Colorado as your new home. Okay, so let's start off just by number one, and it's going to be location. Now, location is going to be, Erie is going to be just north of Denver and just south of Fort Collins, just east of Boulder. So right there, you have all the reasons on why Erie is fantastic, right? We sit right off of I-25 and pretty much in between Highway 7 and Highway 52. So it's just this tiny little small town just west of I-25. And you're gonna be only about 25 minutes to Boulder. So you still get that Boulder vibe, that Boulder feel, but you are not in Boulder, which is fantastic. You still are able to drive into Denver to see a game, to go to a concert, anything like that. You could head into Denver in about 30 minutes. And then you could obviously get up to Fort Collins if you want to check out all the breweries up there and hang out in, the college vibe up in Fort Collins. Fort Collins is going to be about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, to get up there. So Erie as a whole, as far as the location is concerned, is absolutely prime to consider when moving to the city. Okay, my second reason why I think Erie is fantastic is that even though Erie was established in 1874, it's still pretty new on the map in general for all of us who live here. So honestly, they're just now talking about Erie on, the news when they're talking about weather. So we finally made it on the map. But that being said, it's still, you're gonna get the newer houses, which is great. I mean, people didn't really truly start thinking about Erie until about 25 years ago. So even the houses within Erie city limits are gonna be relatively new, about 25, 30 years old. You will have some of the even older houses than that, and those are just the true locals who have never moved out and who are truly been here for a very long time. But for the most part, all of the neighborhoods that are growing within Erie are only going to be about 25 years old and newer. So you're going to have the new build homes. There's new builders coming in all over Erie. So you could actually get in, from literally ground up and still be a part of the community and watch it still grow. The number 3 thing on that is just going to simply be the average home prices. The average home price in Erie is going to be mid 600s, which is phenomenal if you're going to be considering it against Denver prices or even Boulder prices. So Denver prices are going to be hovering right around that 700 price point. Boulder is actually just over $1 million for their median home price. So that's something to consider. You're going to get a lot more for your money if you move to Erie. They're going to be newer homes for sure, larger homes than Denver and Boulder as well. And they're going to be less, obviously. So those are going to be some great options if you're considering moving here. Number 4 on my list is views. You cannot move here without actually taking into account the amazing views that we have of the Rocky Mountains, especially Long's Peak. So out in this area, just driving down Erie Parkway, you are going to be enamored with all of the beautiful views that we have. During the summer and fall time, we have the hot air balloons that go up in the morning, and you just, when we, walking out, you're gonna be able to see them, and then the backdrop is the mountain, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a good chance if you were to move into this area, you're gonna have some sort of view from your home, just because of the way it sits. You're gonna have some sort of view from your house. If you don't have it from your house, trust me, if you go on any of the bike paths, the parks, or even just driving around, you are going to be bombarded by our beautiful views. Okay, so number 5 on the list is because it's a small town feel. So if you're somebody who is like wanting that small town feel, maybe you're coming from a big city and you're just over the hustle and bustle, Erie is a place that I definitely highly recommend, just because you get to move into the neighborhoods over here and you just get to, immersed with everything that has to do with Erie. So you go down to Old Town Erie or downtown Erie, you have a couple of the breweries, you have really cool up and coming, new restaurants we have down there. And then all of the festivals and the events that Erie has to offer. During the summertime, you have the farmers markets, you have concerts in the park, movies in the park, fall and Christmas, there's Boo on Briggs, there's the holiday parade. It's just so fun. And it's just that small town thing you kind of see on movies. That's exactly what Erie is. And it's not for everyone. And I get it. It's not for everyone. A lot of people like the hustle and bustle of the big city life. But if you're somebody who's looking for that small town, all the communities involved, Erie's definitely it. And then to kind of piggyback on that, my number 6 thing is it's just so family oriented. So Erie is high on the list for family. So a lot of people come here who move here, they either already have a family or they're about to have a family. And so, you're always going to see the little kids running around, or the babies. You have kids of all ages, of course, but the little ones are going to be, part of the costume contests and the parades and Santa Claus and all of that stuff. And then, the little bit older kids, you go to the high school and you have the football, the baseball, all these events that you could actually go watch. It's kind of like Friday Night Lights. The whole community goes and watches, the Erie Tigers, compete against the local other teams around. Erie is part of the St. Vrain Valley School District, so that it is a very highly ranked school district, which is fantastic. And then Erie High School as well has an amazing sports program. So if that's something that you're looking for, small town, Friday Night Lights, or even all of the festivals and the turkey trots and, farmers markets, all that kind of stuff within your community, highly say come to Erie. You're probably going to love it. Number 7 is that what I love about Erie is that it's still rapidly growing. So, depending on who you are, if you're a local and you've been here for the last 50 years, you may not like that. I personally do. I love the growth. I love seeing Erie continue to expand out and offer more things for their residents. Right now, it's a lot of housing. So we have a lot of, new build communities coming into play in this area. And I do wish and I do hope that we're bringing in more restaurants and shopping. I do know that they are planning on doing that here in the near future, but we just don't have it yet. But that just goes to show you that, the plans for Erie are just ever ending, going to expand, which is great. To kind of piggyback on that though, we do like to shop local. We do have, our Erie pride because we want to, support our local businesses. So that would be my number 8 pro of moving here, is just because we have a lot of pride in our city, and we want to make sure that our local residents who own shops and who own restaurants, we keep them afloat. And so, for the most part, a lot of people, we just don't want to go to other cities and support, the big chain restaurants when we have amazing restaurants here. And especially during our COVID time over the last year and a half, 2 years, none of them have shut down. None of our stores have shut down. None of our restaurants have shut down. It's because we wanted to make sure we supported our local residents. And that's what's so huge about Erie, is that there's this Erie local pride. And that's just a great thing to be part of. Another great thing about Erie, Colorado is all the trails and the parks that they have to offer. So if you're somebody who likes to be outdoors and enjoy all the outdoor activities, Erie is going to be a great place to move. So the trails alone, so we have a bunch of bike trails that'll take you all the way out to Boulder for sure. I actually don't even know how many miles there are, but it's a lot. And then we do have a single track too, and that's 3.5 miles. I do know that. So that's a lot of miles for your single track if you like to mountain bike like that. We have a disc golf course, which is amazing. And then there's parks all over Erie that you could go to, little pocket parks. All the neighborhoods are going to have the pocket parks, but then each park within the neighborhood is going to have something different to offer. So if you have a kiddo who is maybe a little bit younger, maybe take them to another neighborhood that offers a park that's more geared to the little kids. Then there's other parks that are going to have the zip lines and all of that kind of stuff, though it's just more geared to the older kids. So Erie just has so much to offer for all ages and all activity levels, that it's just such a great place, and it's all close. It's not like you have to drive really, really far to go to any of these places. You just hop on your bike and there's a trail right there, or there's a park right there. And so it's just a really great place to be outdoors and to enjoy all of what Colorado has to offer. Okay, and then number 10 is going to be Erie is located on both Boulder County and Weld County sides. So depending on which side of Erie you're going to be in, it's going to be on different sides. And why do I think this is a great thing? Well, you can't please everyone, obviously. And so there's a lot of people who want to live on specific sides of Erie because of maybe their political views or, taxes or, things are more expensive one particular side than the other. So that's something that actually Erie can offer you. So if you're on the Boulder side, Boulder tends to be a little bit more liberal. So you could, abide by all of that kind of stuff and, go by all of their political views on that side. I will say Boulder tends to be a little bit more, just a little bit more as far as taxes are concerned. But if you move to the Weld County side, that tends to be a little bit more conservative and a little bit less expensive when it comes to taxes. So just, if you tend to lean one way or another as far as your viewpoints are concerned, but you still want to live in Erie, I don't know, maybe you're going to try to find a house in one specific side over the other. I'm not sure it's a really big pro or con on either side that you live on, but I mean, some people do care about that kind of stuff, and Erie absolutely offers both. So anyways, that is my reasoning on why I absolutely love Erie, Colorado. Definitely, reach out to me if you have any questions about Erie as a whole or any other area within Colorado. I love helping you move to Colorado. That is something that I pride myself on. It's so great. I love hearing from you. I love talking to you on the phone, emailing, whatever it might be. So please make sure you do reach out. Please remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And to the next video, take care.